Alright, so this is going to be a different kind of video. I know I haven't done something like this in a while, but this is something I feel like I need to review. So I was just scrolling through Facebook, minding my own business before I get ready to head off to work here, and I come across an article from Unilad saying people are threatening to boycott the new Harry Potter game when it releases next year. So anyone who doesn't know, there is a brand new Harry Potter game that is coming out called Hogwarts Legacy, I believe it is. And this whole article is absolutely ridiculous. I am going to be reading it word for word, so you guys can get the full experience here, okay? So let me head on over to the actual website and I can actually show you guys what is happening here. This is amazing. And spoilers, if you end up getting offended by this, you're the problem. I am Jewish, and that will come into play here in maybe less than like 10 seconds. So let's head over to the page, okay? Okay, so gamers are threatening boycott next year's long-awaited Harry Potter game Hogwarts Legacy, an anti-Semitism row over plotline of the game. The Goblin Rebellion, quote-unquote, plot will allow players to take control and battle an oppressed race who are fighting against their own slavery. Basically, the goblins technically are a slave race, as far as I'm aware, of what it seems like, considering Dobby was a slave to the Malfoys. I mean, until he was given a sock, so I mean, I'm pretty sure that was correct. The PlayStation description for the game says gamers will be able to decide the fate of the magical universe and will often be tasked with difficult choices that will determine what they stand for. Hogwarts Legacy will also feature possible mounting Goblin Rebellion, with critics saying gamers would battle in-game an oppressed race who are pushing back against their own slavery. Some critics have even questioned the presence of goblins in the game and claim they are based on anti-Semitism stereotypes. One reviewer's thoughts on the Harry Potter game have gone viral for his thoughts on anti-Semitism stereotypes, which he believes are present. Critic Kevin Rhodes says on Reddit, that's how you know the source is completely accurate, Reddit. The goblins of the Harry Potter series have long been criticized as offensive Jewish stereotypes. This is where it starts to make me laugh. The critics pointing out their control of the magical banking system, their greed, and their exaggerated facial features. This game, where the player fights against greed, child abducting Jewish stereotypes. Now, if anyone doesn't know, I am 100% Jewish, okay? The fact that someone is trying to fight anti-Semitism and saying, and basically coming up with the bias saying that all the goblins are Jewish because they work in a bank, expressing, quote-unquote, their facial features, basically the prolonged noses of goblins, and calling them greedy. I have a feeling this person themselves is not only the source of a problem, but may just also be slightly anti-Semitic, based upon the way I'm reading this. Oh my god, where does the child abducting Jewish stereotypes come into play with this as well? I don't know where the Jews are abducting children. If that's the case, maybe because they're too afraid to go for their bris. Rhodes has argued gamers not to buy Hogwarts Legacy and called Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling a committed transphobe. What? He continued, I beg you, please, don't buy this game! Walk away! From both Rowling and the wizarding world, don't give Warner Brothers any more money. They don't deserve it. Specifically for the transphobic Jewish child snatching tendencies. Stop it. Gamers have reacted to the critic in a number of ways, with one telling consumers are not to buy the game, amassing more than 82,000 likes. If you thought our world wasn't gonna die now, boy, just you wait. One gamer commented on Rhodes' post saying, admittedly, you can choose to be a dark wizard in the game and side with the goblins, but still, it's not exactly lauded as the right option. Another comment on Twitter read, that's how you know it's also legit, because, you know, Twitter is your daily dose for all media and social needs. It isn't going to stop the anti-Semitism and transphobia, but you won't inconvenience yourself by not buying it. Hogwarts Legacy is due to release on PlayStation, Xbox, PC on the 10th of February of next year, while a Nintendo Switch version is coming at a later date. The newest Harry Potter game is set in the late 1800s and allows players to explore Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and the Forbidden Forest from the books. I've never read the books, so I don't know what that is. I've only seen the movies, but I haven't seen it in a while, so I gotta be refreshed, apparently. Hear me out. This is a game I was going to buy to play for either myself, for JAGZSXE, or for my other show I put on with my buddies in SCA. If I'm 100% Jewish and I play Harry Potter, does that make me... You know what? I'm going to specifically buy this game and make myself a banker. Because clearly, all Jewish people, according to this article, whoever worded this again, Mr. Rhodes over here, says all bankers are greedy, long-nosed bankers. And I quote, greedy, child abducting Jewish stereotypes. A note on the game's official website says the author, J.K. Rowling, is not involved with the game. Well, obviously she's not. It's just a fan thing. But does state her extraordinary body of writing in the foundation of all projects in the wizarding world. Okay, so this doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. By calling out this, you're basically also saying that my faith, my religion, my people, my life is revolved around your small-mindedness of thinking that all people post up photo, hear me, when I edit this or get the time to, of a goblin from Harry Potter, okay? Now, on the opposite side, a Jewish person. Can you see the resemblance? I sure can. One looks like a mythical creature created by mythology and lore. The other one was born because parents did a thing and I exist. So, if you don't want to be if you don't want to be a walking stereotype, if you don't want to be anti-Semitic, if you don't want to be a transphobe, then don't buy this game. Don't go with the greed of the banks, of the magical banking system of Gringotts. Sorry if I said that wrong. I think that's right. Don't give in to their greed and their exaggerated facial features that turn them magically into Pinocchio. And please be sure to fight against greedy, child-abducting Jewish stereotypes. This has been your Postal Service announcement for the day. Thank you, and all have a good night. What does this world come to, man?